the itch saw me go on like my first sabbatical when I left home and I was like just staying in like 4-star hotels. I was a nigga was chilling, man. If niggas want to call me homeless, my version of homeless is way different. Okay, it's not the same. It's not the. I ain't never really been homeless. Um, I've never, and I'm not trying to. I've never had to sleep out in the street. I've never had to do any of that. Okay, so fuck. I've never had to. Is it better? I've never had to do any of that just because of my energy. Like I've always been taken care of, man. It just that's just how it is. So, and as I tell people, God loves a nigga. So it's not my fault God loves me. There you go. I just taught you something. Yeah, I'm from the DMV. I'm from Maryland, PG County.
DMV.
Maryland, PG County.
Don't let niggas from PG County act like. Don't let them think they gangsters or whatnot. Nah, PG County is one of the richest counties in the United States for Black people. It's one of the wealthiest areas for Black people to live. So, you know, me and both went to private high school. Shit,
Hmm?
didn't you go to private high school?
Yeah.
I did. I mean, he went to a better one than me, but I went.
Yeah, I went to a Jesuit high school.
Yeah, one of them. Like, you went to them Jewish. That was a good one. I went to like the a black
Catholic.
high school, like which is like a Catholic. Yeah, 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 a Catholic. I forgot that shit was Catholic. Um, I went to his name is school Bishop McNamara, private high school.
It's kind of a cool name.
Private Catholic, Bishop McNamara, private Catholic. Go Mustangs, whatever, man.
Don't say all that because they be creeps on here.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, but I like that. But I lost my train. Yeah, it's funny looking when you pull up knowledge, baby. You gonna have to pull up one of our old podcasts on the TV because, bro, just looking at myself, one, yeah, my voice is a little deeper now, but two,
But can you do it or you want me to do it?
it'd be better if knowledge did it.
Nah, you should do it now because I'm gonna dip out at some point too.
Okay.
But like, we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but it's just like it's just funny.
Yeah, they
It's just funny to look at myself from 2, 3 years ago, and I'm like, damn, look at this nigga that thinks he knows a whole bunch of shit. Like, I,
I can try and find a good clip.
yeah, like I
I'm
thought,
cooking.
yeah, Mama, we can do that shit later. But like, if anything, like I thought, I thought I knew a whole bunch of shit, but I still didn't know shit. Like I didn't know shit. Like I can say I was spiritually cocky.
They're not necessarily seeing light spectrum. Bro, this shit came on, bro.
It's a light spectrum. It's a light spectrum.
Yo, this shit is hilarious. Bro, you used to go hard, bro. This was when, this is when you. Not to say that you don't care now, but this is when you really cared.
Yeah, it looked like you ain't give a fuck. Like you was ready to smack a bitch. Like you don't want to listen to what I'm gonna say. Get the fuck out of here.
Use the visible light spec. Hold on. All right, I'm a mute for a second. Let me see if I can find a good clip. 1 second.
It's like four of them on YouTube.
I'm fucking. I thought I deleted all of those shits. I thought I did,
Thought you did.
but I won't.
Now you gotta hold on. You gotta leave those up, bro. Bro, I have family members and shit hit me up, be like, "Yeah, bro, that was real shit." You know what I'm saying? Like niggas really needed that at the time, especially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's just funny. Like I hear the immaturity. I can hear the immaturity in my voice. Like it's just. I definitely was not. I knew a lot of information, but I was not wise. If that makes sense.
That's
I didn't have inner peace at the time. I thought I did. I was cooler than most niggas, but I was not more at peace in the bed.
ding, ding, ding.
Like empanadas,
It's the patelillos.
empanadas.
It's the patelillos.
How do you say it?
It's patelillos.
Patelillos, patelillos. That's my Spanish. That's my pronunciation. Patelillos. What the fuck is funny? Patelillos. Huh?
Uh,
Mi hermosa.
uh.
Huh? Huh?
Don't go by my accent. I got the Haitian broken
Mi
Spanish.
hermosa. Mi amora.
Mi amor.
It's not amora? I thought if it's feminine, it's amora.
You can't feminize love. It's not
Okay.
love for feminine or male. Love is love.
Mi amor. I guess, yeah. I guess, yeah. Mi amor. All right. But I definitely, like, I didn't have as much peace. I didn't have, I kind of, it's just funny looking back at, like, damn kid. Like, this nigga thought he was the shit. Dude, I knew at the time I thought I was the shit, but I thought I was the shit for different reasons. Compared, like I know I'm the shit now, but it's for different reasons compared to then. More important reasons. Back then, back then it was more ego based. Now it's different. It's more self love and it's just different. Maybe a little bit of ego still, but
Not so much.
y'all, my last.
Bro,
Go ahead, bro.
I was like, why am I looking like Bobby Hemming on some of these videos, bro?
Lost a lot of weight, y'all. I'm proud of my bro. He just one day just said, "Fuck it." Like I'm gonna lose a whole bunch of weight. It just started
Real shit.
like easily. Just one day, he's just like he just started doing it. Like
Yeah, I've lost like I can't even think of the full timeline. I think it was like a year in October. I had lost 100 pounds.
yeah, it was. I was thinking like literally like 100 pounds you've lost.
Yeah, in October it was a year that I lost 100 pounds, and this is we get into June. This is end of May, and I've maintained it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like real shit. It's real shit, and this is literally through, of course, exercise, lifestyle change. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I definitely cut out. I mean, there's a lot of partying and shit. Maybe not a lot, because I had been cutting my partying down since I like really had been on my spiritual journey. So it was already kind of like leaving and shit. But really, like, I still smoke, but I don't really drink nearly as much as I used to. I don't be on that every weekend shit. Moderating my food. Started learning about fasting. would say I've completely changed my eating habits. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that's gone into this. You know what I'm saying? But but you can do it. It's fucking possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, there's bro, like there's no achievement like losing 100 pounds, and there's no greater achievement than maintaining that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's see. Let's find a clip. Let's see. Let's see. Back in the room.
Find a clip.
Let's
Yeah, I was
see.
looking at that shit, and then I was like, I'm gonna let
Let me
Nala
just do
find
it on
it.
my phone.
But yeah, I was dating a little white girl. I was like, I was
Yeah.
22 and she was 31 or 32. It's crazy. I actually know all the women in my DMs at that time were all like older women. I'm not gonna even hold y'all.
All right, which episode? Pick a number 1 through 5.
3.
All right, now pick a number 1 through 100, so I could put a minute, and then I'll just figure out the minutes.
Let's put our number 69.
I don't think.
Goofy.
Well, that would be a minute and 9, and you lucky that video. Some of them is only an hour. That one's an hour and 42. So I'm gonna put it at a minute and 9. Let's see what the fuck y'all talking about.
Hands down. I know you.
Bueno.
Bro, and imagine 10 more French. We had like 3, 4 French motherfuckers up in there. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the American motherfuckers. We had a Greek motherfucker. Bro, this shit was. You want to talk about a melting pot? That shit was a melting pot. In the month, bro, you had cultural exchange. Bro, I had so many deep talks with all of those people. And like looking back on it, right? At the time I was like, this is shit. But like looking back on it, I can appreciate it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized that without that experience, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know what I'm saying? Because
There you go.
when I was going through that shit, I was like, I ain't never coming back here again. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't fucking with you. I ain't never coming back here. And if I hadn't hit that point, like where I was in there, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows where? I mean, look, I'd always be good. You know what I'm saying? I got too many things working for me. You know what I'm saying? But without that experience, you know what I'm saying? I would not have been able to see the growth that I saw, you know, over the last 6 years. Because that was 6 years ago now, at this point. You know, and it's like the moral of the story, right, is like going back to my cousin, is he's trying to rush me on all this. And I'm like, bro, you don't realize that A, I've already given you the blueprint, but B, this shit took 6 years to build. You know what I'm saying? It took struggle. It took being shit on. It took, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Some like plenty of like, it wasn't like overt racism shit, but like shit where motherfuckers just like look over you, pass over you, don't think you're serious enough. You know what I'm
Let me go
saying?
to a part with you.
At one point, these.
My boy was spitting.
Oh my god.
Ten
Here you
thousand
go.
dollars in my
Don't ban
hand,
me.
cash right now. Would I be ecstatic? And I came to the conclusion. I was like,
If you had $10,000 right
no.
now, would you be
And I had to
ecstatic?
ask myself why. Like, because that's just my energy.
Look how short your hair was. I
It's
can't get
mine.
over the fact that your hair was this short.
Like, if I had $10,000, right? I'm like, that's just my. That's already. It was already there.
Mm-hmm.
You just see it. That's the creepy thing about this. I realized, wait, I'm just seeing it with my physical eyes, but it's already fucking there. But you'll trip out if you don't see it with your physical eyes. Oh my god. I already have, so I am literally a billionaire. The numbers are there. I'm a billionaire. How much of that energy do I feel like crystallizing?
Mm-hmm.
How much of it do I want to do this?
Mm.
It's like, dude,
This is pre-Saturn, guys.
if you
Saturn, but
just
not
slow
Saturn.
down, chill out
Because this
in
is
your
Saturn right
rhythm,
here. This is old Saturn.
you will see abundance like you've never seen before. See, because you're already abundant. But to see it, I already feel abundant. But to witness abundance, but everything else has to be in alignment for you to witness it.
You're at the point where you don't even
Because
gotta
that's how
talk. You just play your
manifestation
old shit.
works. You feel it, you know,
You
then you
did the work
feel,
already. How
then
many
you
times you gotta say
witness.
this, right?
Because the witnessing
How many
is a
years you gonna be
product of the
meditating,
knowing
boy?
and the feeling. So what's interesting is that
It's time to do.
our audience, the people that
Time to
watch
act.
us, the people that know us, you are going to be able to witness me go through an extreme quote unquote lifestyle change again.
Mm.
Because imagine
You talking about
you
now?
see Saturn, you know, just chilling in the motel, whatever. People, life is still good.
You're
Next
talking
thing you know,
about
you
you
see
now.
that
That's so
Joker
crazy.
on an island somewhere, whoopty whoop, doing this, but not even but just like, or you see him in this condo or at this place or doing that. This is
Oh
very real
God.
shit. Now it's not a. It's just saying. Imagine being able to go, oh, this nigga when he left home, when I left home, because you know when I was given the ultimatum, shit, I might have had like $200 as well. But then,
Look at your
but then
face.
the span of
The
3
light in your
days, I was able
eyes.
to manifest another 300. I pawned some shit. So really, I kind of let's just say I left home with like maybe $400, $500, and been paying for hotels and shit myself ever since then, with actually very little effort. Now that I think about it, so I've been without even really trying.
And you could tell me when to stop.
I've been manifesting. But it's just like now it's like, okay, it's time to take it to the next level. You hear what I mean?
This is Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
This is Saturn 3 years ago, y'all.
This is where you were. And I can feel the universe, myself included. It's just like, hey man, it's time to step it up. You're being prepped for this, but in order for you to be in alignment with that 100 grand crystallizing or whatever, there are certain aspects of you that
you
need
never
to
like
come
wearing
to the
shirts.
forefront, because those aspects of you are the magnets for those things. Such as the ability to be patient to the end.
My boy Ishi big. Big
The
boy.
ability to not even really don't think about some shit. It's really weird.
I don't know if it's because you look extra
Don't
slim.
think about it, just know. And if you don't just know,
and then you turn the camera on Ishi and he's just like,
don't think, just do nothing, because it'll come to you. To really rely on my sense of knowing, as opposed to, because my whole life, let's be real, like I'm a strategic dude. That's how I think.
Tell me more, old Saturn.
Absorbing.
Tell me more how strategic you are.
My biggest challenge is being able to take that analyzation and push it to the back and just go, there's nothing to analyze. It's
I don't even know if that was her, but anything that even looked like a her.
Don't think about
just 100 pounds lighter.
I'm gonna just say we still a
100
big
pounds
boy.
lighter.
Don't get it
Hold on, let me
twisted.
pause
But you
the
know what I'm
video.
saying? We mad thinner. We mad thinner
Let's
out
give
here.
Ishida his flowers
Big
real
chillin'.
quick because
Big chillin'.
my boy, we can
Big
see.
chillin'.
You feel me?
You know what I'm
We
saying?
can clearly
Old
see
shirt.
progress.
Ladies.
All it is a little dedication,
Ladies.
a little maintenance, consistency, a nice routine.
Ladies, if you're trying to join the bloodline, all right, get at the boy. Right? You know what I mean? This is the God bloodline. This is the bloodline of Solomon himself. All right. Now I'm not gonna tell you which Solomon because I don't know because there's been a few. One of them. All right. So this
One of them.
this is the Davidic bloodline. All right, the bloodline of King David. So
That's hard.
trying to join the bloodline of King David, hit up the boy. All right. Um, I'm good with knowledge. I ain't trying to listen to no other woman right now. Real talk. So, so
He's sick of me already.
I ain't trying to listen to no other.
He's sick of me, guys.
So hit up, hit up my boy. That's another. Now you gonna have to share him. He too great. You know what I mean?
Hey, con of cons, you know what I'm saying?
On the cons, you gonna have to share that nigga. But
It ain't sharing.
it ain't
We
sharing.
build
Mm,
it. We build it in a team. All right.
It's him exactly.
We
mm.
build it in a team.
And
They all getting. They all getting. All right,
You
wait,
know what
wait,
I'm
wait,
saying?
wait. I want to interview Ish. Is there? Are they getting 100% you? Each and every one of them.
What else are they supposed to get?
You see,
You know what
you
I'm
see
saying?
what they getting out here. Listen, if that sold you
What else are
enough,
they supposed
guys
to get?
or girls, I'm
Come
sorry,
on
no
now.
guys, no guys,
No guys.
no guys, no lookalike guys, no lady boys. I'm lady boy. No, we're no lady boy here.
Women, please.
Women only.
there's a lot of
Women only, please.
ish. Actually,
Biological women only, please.
there's a
You can tell by his background that he will keep you safe.
And we got some, you know what I'm saying? We got plenty of protection around here.
ish
All
fun.
right.
Can you explain? Can you explain the swords in the back?
Explain the swords in the back.
Like the origin, where they're from. Are they? Or do you have some real, some fake? You know, some people have a mix of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're all real. These aren't like Japanese swords. They're not like made or crafted by any like crazy Japanese swordsmen. I actually got them from Tennessee. Every year I actually go and collect like a bunch of swords and knives and stuff like that from Tennessee.
Went to
And
Why
we have a
Tennessee?
up. That's
it's
the Upper Egypt, but not.
Fire. Father collects daggers. He has
Upper
he
Egypt.
doesn't even really know like how cool his daggers is because he's like a Dominican immigrant, you know. So he's just like it's cool, and I'm like, and I looked up some of them. I'm like, Dad, this is from like this place. He's like I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
So his collection is
it's
like
like yeah.
crazy. If I was to show you, you'll be like, what the fuck? Like
Still got
the scriptures on it and the details and the crafting. Like someone hand me one of them. It's fire.
you still got
Hold
that
up.
timeshare in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Say
I'm gonna be going down there in a couple months. I'm excited.
say
Next month.
say less.
Doing the blood oath.
Now there's a wound on my thumb still healing. There's a scrape.
He trying to do it. He trying to do a blood thing.
There's,
Doing a summoning.
well, yeah, no, there's like a cut on my thumb that's healing from falling or whatever, and it's like you're still
Listen, pervy perv. Don't be summoning. Don't be summoning nothing right now, pervy perv. Okay?
definitely. Anyway,
Naruto joke, guys. He's not a perv.
perfect say. All right, Jiraiya,
Jiraiya.
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 Yo, R.I.P. Jiraiya.
R.I.P. My nigga.
Yo, RFP. My son Jiraiya is not dead. Don't say that.
He's very much dead.
Don't say that.
They
Why the
cloned the man.
Guardians? Why the Guardians and stuff? And you know, he was such a bad instructor. And he stole all of Naruto's money, but he really did help him.
Who?
Jiraiya.
Jiraiya.
Jiraiya. Yeah. I mean, people. It's funny because people be like, there's a whole debate about the third Hokage and Jiraiya, like who was the most negligent. You know what I'm saying? Because the third Hokage just put this
Wait,
nigga,
who?
the
Jiraiya and
third
who?
and the third Hokage, because they were like the only two people that knew. And
Mm.
Kakashi knew, I guess, but like they were the only two people that like
Yeah,
truly knew.
Kakashi knew. The
Yeah,
whole village knew.
No,
the whole
village didn't know.
the whole village.
The,
He used to say that everybody knew, and that's why they were scared of him,
no,
or
not,
like,
not
or
not about
treated him like an outcast.
not about him being the Jinchuriki. The whole village did not know that he was the fourth Hokage's son.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was only certain people that knew, but they
But they were the his protect. They were supposed to protect
no,
that in a sense, wasn't
they
they?
neglected the fuck out of Naruto. They put that nigga
Yeah.
in an apartment by himself as a kid, eating ramen noodles all the damn time.
All the time. Nothing but ramen.
Minato sacrificed his life to save the village, and they put his
But you know which story really made me cry more than Naruto's? Who you think? Because you know me.
Sasuke's
Gara.
or Itachi's.
Gara.
Gaara? Oh, okay.
Gara. I cried. I was like, why they did that to him? And then it just all made like when you understand the paradigm of things, that's why it's so important to understand the paradigm of things because you're not gonna help a bum in the street, but if you know that bum every day, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Paradigm. Like once you have a backstory or something about that, it allows you to feel empathy for that person. And I think, excuse me, that's a energy burp. And that's a lot of things that is what's happening like on these Bigo lives and stuff. Like people don't really know each other, so it's so easy to judge. It's so easy to troll. But once you know a person's story, that becomes very hard. If you a true human being, I guess. If you evil, then nah, you ain't gonna give a fuck.
A lot of people don't know, like Gara was an insomniac, so that's why he had the black things around his eyes because he never slept.
No, he never slept.
That's crazy.
But it was like what you were saying with the I know what we were talking about this on the back end. But either way, because you not sleeping and stuff. But I ain't gonna mention that right now. But either way, yeah, he, that's so sad that like someone can become, and he was so powerful. Like it amazed me how much he used to motherfucking fuck these niggas by just having. But you know what you tell me in chess, having the ultimate defense. Like yeah, his attacks was fire, but his ultimate defense was what ultimately kept him alive. You know, or
Have you seen the
protected
full war arc knowledge?
the what?
But
The war?
She didn't watch Shippuden.
No, I didn't watch it
But
because it wasn't on
we're gonna watch it
Netflix.
together. We gonna watch Shippuden
Okay.
together. So you better not
Okay.
touch that yet. We're gonna watch it
Yeah.
together. Cause
All right.
I,
Yeah.
I I tried to start watching. It's funny that you frozen like this. You can't really see it in clear, but it's funny. I could just see you in my mirror. But yeah, it's just cool, you know. I
Yeah.
don't really have too much time for brain breaks. Like the past few weeks and stuff, I could have actually started a series because I've been home a lot, but I don't really be having like a lot of time to watch TV usually. Usually. Let me see who just came home because I don't want this about to leave or somebody just got here.
my fucking struggle logs. Y'all can kind of see it in the back. My struggle, my just that was just when I started locking my hair for real. I had two strand twists for the longest, just straight up. And then I also I don't have a picture of it, but I had two strand twists, and also two of my twists had beads on them. So I had two strand twists, and then on the side of my hair, I had beads in my hair. So I had, nah, I definitely don't. I'd have to ask my mother if she has any. A lot of people, nobody saw me. I had two strand twists. My two strand twists were pretty long because my hair obviously was like blow dried or whatever, and I had beads in my hair. And you know,
We'll give maybe one day we give y'all the privilege. But he doesn't like it. If he doesn't really like it, then you know,
like what?
even if he looks more like handsome to you guys, he likes being the way that he is. If you don't like it, then you know you don't have to look at him.
Yeah, just grown, just mountain man, like mountain manning. That's really how I am, man. Like just natural. But one day I'm gonna clean up for y'all, and I'll show y'all what I look like cleaned up.
And let me just say this formally, real quick, knowledge. Knowledge, you are hilarious. You hilarious. You be having your intellectual fits and vents. You know what I'm saying?
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. It's as a person, you're a shining soul, and as a bigo personality, it's some great content. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That is very refreshing coming from an app like this because I don't really see myself fitting in Instagram and Twitters and none of that stuff only because I'm not even the type of person to take a lot of pictures of myself. Like I don't
Hmm.
even like I know that we immediately associate well back in the days narcissism was truly conceited. You know, you were conceited if you were a narcissist. You looked at yourself a lot and stuff. So those type of things were frowned upon when we were growing up. You couldn't just stare at a camera all day. So like now being I'm like in this middle and you know how I feel because you're the same age as me. We're in this middle millennial feeling of being from where we come from where you know I had to take the dial up plug out of the house phone to use the internet to use AOL. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
didn't like my first phone when I was 14 was a Razor. Like it was like certain things that these kids just
Nokia six to
have,
tens.
this generation just has, and they're just like I'm grateful for an app that I can go and meet people from London, from Egypt, from Ghana, from Ethiopia, from all these places, and the fact that these people turned it into poison is amazing to me. It's pretty intriguing actually. Like that's the curiosity that keeps me on the app. It's like how are people going to interconnect today? Are we going to be nice? That's why this morning I was like, what the shit? What type of time y'all was on this morning? Like I just immediately got like 500 views. That never
When
happens.
I came in, that's
Hmm.
why when I came in, I was all sleepy. I was like, huh? I was like,
That never happens to me. Not little old knowledge. I'll be chilling with my robots in my lives. So it's like for me to not have been even talking about nothing and then escalating my way up to talking about things and people just still it's like it I don't know what type of time people were on this morning. So I knew already like I'm gonna shake it off and do what I'm doing and just it is what it is because once you get low to their vibration and you give them exactly what it is that they want, like oh yeah I like to talk shit, I like to gossip too, but at the end of the day it's bound. Like when are we gonna shift this vibration? Like are we not gonna start talking into a higher vibration? Then I don't want to keep doing this.
real quick, I gotta tell y'all about the dream that I woke up from. That shit was so trippy. So, dream. This is my second dream I've had where I was a vampire slayer. Right?
A vampire?
A vampire hunter or vampire slayer. And I'm talking like in the first one that I told Ish about, I was
Just the right crunch to let you pretend not to hear the doorbell.
in the first dream, the first dream I had where I was like a vampire hunter, I was actually in South America. It was like I feel like I was in South America. This is like a past dream, like South America thousands of years ago. And if you guys go look at the South American god, um, I can't remember his name, but they modeled Batman after. Um,
Hmm.
and it's a man in a bat suit with certain piercings and shit. I was wearing this outfit and I was hunting. I was a part of like a special ops. It was like a special ops team that was in North America
You covering your speaker, I think, Doctor.
to hunt down. It was this cult of vampiric beings that were stealing children. So this special ops team that went down into South America, and I was dressed like that being. We were hunting this cult of this vampiric, and you can look up this cult. It's on Wikipedia. It was these cult of people that worshipped a god that like doing like blood sacrifices and vampire and cannibalism, and they were trafficking and stealing children. So, and these motherfuckers had supernatural abilities, that they had gained from feasting on the blood of adrenochrome of children. And those who know about adrenochrome know,
Well, yeah, the adrenochrome is what
because
they
this
will suck out of you basically, and that's why they were stealing the children in the first place, because the best part of that is the stem cells and stuff from children.
and this cult has been around for a long time. It's only changed forms, but it was around thousands of years ago, and it's still around. And you guys don't realize you're worshiping some of these motherfuckers. But anyway, all right, I was a part of this special ops division that was running around South America, rescuing children from this cult. And at the time, because it was a different age, motherfuckers hadn't still had magic at the time, and they had technology. So it wasn't like it was niggas had like sound weapons and lasers and shit. Like, no, we're at the decline of a civilization period. So like, niggas, there was real demons walking around. There was real chimeras and shit. All of this shit that it's very peaceful now, but there used to be a lot of weird shit walking around in this motherfucker, y'all. Y'all don't even know. If you think you've seen like they had like chupacabra, like all of that shit in South America, like that shit was walking around. So, one of the weapons I used, like I was shown the memory, like I had guns, I had shit thousands of years ago, but my favorite thing to use was a knife, because I would hunt down these vampire motherfuckers, and in order to kill them, you had to cut out their heart. So you literally did have to stake them in the heart and rip out their heart, or they would heal. So, or they would heal off of just the blood of children. So, I remember in that dream, I had stormed one of their hideouts, like in the middle of the jungle, and my team had gotten the tip on the intel that they had just robbed children from a village nearby. So I went into the room, one of the rooms in the hideout, and I saw a little girl with bite marks on her, or it showed that she was being siphoned of her blood, and it was clear that she had been, she had to be like 5 or 6, and I saw the nigga that did the shit. So I grabbed the child and I put her behind me, and I attacked this nigga, and he was scared when he saw me, because keep in mind, I was wearing, like, y'all can look it up. It's like a Mayan god modeled after that they modeled Batman off after. He wears like a bat suit and has like certain piercings on him and whatnot. So I was wearing that shit, and when they saw that suit, niggas got scared. So because I had killed so many of them, that when they saw niggas, I was on a different type of time, bro. Like in that memory, I had side bitches down there. Like I remember meeting up with this South American woman, light skinned, and she was like, "I want you." And I was just like, "Listen, I got a shorty back home. What she finna do?" And she was just like, "Yeah, I don't care. It is what it." But it was like I had within one night, I had lived like a year of this nigga's life,
Mm.
tapping into the Akasha. So I saw the memories, and I saw like, and when I woke up, this nigga was doing a lot of fighting, like a lot of killing, and a lot of slaying, a lot of monster slaying and shit. So he fought some of the, like, when you talk about Hercules and all these niggas that fought, this shit was walking around, y'all. Like, this nigga fought a lot of shit, and when I woke up, my body was stiff, and I had the muscle memory of how he handled a knife. So I had handled a knife for like a year in the dream. So when I woke up, I had the memories of how this nigga was using a knife in his moves and how he did certain shit. So this nigga was fighting vampires with a knife, but he would use other tools. This nigga had like a utility belt and shit like that. That shit that they modeled Batman after, this nigga had that shit. And I'm not saying that was me, because we're all one. What's fascinating is that when you can tap into the Akasha, you can tap into whoever's memories you want to. So yeah, that nigga was me, but at the same time, he wasn't me. I just went and accessed his akasha, or I could also be related to him, as in the more spirit, the more you begin to access your physical DNA and your physical bloodline. Okay, you will be able to tap into the memories of your ancestry because everything is recorded. So that Davidic bloodline, whatever, like the bloodline of demon slayers, the bloodline of vampire killers, or whatever. So, and these motherfuckers are still walking around. And this nigga had no fear. But that was then. This is the second dream I've had where I was a demon slayer or a vampire hunter. And this time,
Everyone calls me Demon Slayer.
this this time, I was a part of a
Ooh.
priesthood. So I was like I was like a vampire slayer, but that was like a priest. So we walked around with like we had like cross like a Templar. Yeah, wait, yeah. There we go. A Templar. But before it was before the Templars um began to worship the Baphomet, before they broke away from the Catholic Church.
Mm.
And started worshiping shit. Um I was a part of a priesthood that was trained to hunt down this cult. So in the dream, your boy was doing a lot of fucking moves. Like I had like a knife. It was like a knife that was attached to a chain. So I was walking around fighting these demonic whatevers, and I was swinging this chain around, fucking
Like some scorpion shit or some
yeah, on
Sub-Zero
some
shit.
scorpion shit. I was cutting off niggas' heads and shit with that shit, doing flips in the air, and
You
like
say you don't play Mortal Kombat. How you know Scorpion?
I mean I've seen the movie, but like
Find out
yo like
who you playing fucking Mortal Kombat with.
it's just like yo like
Only a gamer girl would say some shit like that.
but
Like you say you never played because I want to play with you.
I'm gonna play it with you. You gonna teach me how to play. I'm gonna play with you. Or I'm gonna watch YouTube videos, learn how to play, and then I'm gonna wax your ass.
And I'm gonna bust your ass again. Fatality.
Wax your ass, okay? But in reality, so but I was also like I
You
was
needed
like
a brain break. I'm
of
sorry.
all the vampire hunters or whatever, I was like the top nigga. Like on some Demon Slayer Hashira shit, I was like one of the top niggas that was just like this nigga got one of the biggest kill counts. Like this nigga.
And why do you feel okay? So why do you feel like you was having these type of, or why you was tapping into these type of akashic memories?
Um, Let me finish first, and then you can ask me that, so that I don't lose track of the channel.
All right, you had a knife with a chain in your hand.
So in the end, something happened, but I remember that if almost sometimes it felt like post-apocalyptic or tribal, but like I remember the dream ended to where I was in an arena, or I think I was in the priesthood or something, and there was this big guy that stood in front of me. So everything was quiet. Everybody was just standing around, and then I walked in, and everybody got quiet when I walked in. And then I heard people whispering, and I had locks and everything. Now I looked a little different from how I look now, but I had locks. I was probably a little shorter, and there was this big dude that was like, he probably was like he was probably like 8 or 9 feet tall.
Damn.
He looked down at me.
Like Shinnok.
No, back in the day, that shit was short. That wasn't even really tall, but like niggas was way bigger. But
I know.
at the time, he was one of the bigger people, and looking down at me, he was like, "Yo, I want to be Jesus." Okay, like, and the way they used the word Jesus, we were speaking a different language, but it was translated to me as Jesus. He was standing down and he looked down at me and he was like, "Yo, I want to be Jesus." And I looked up at him and I was just like, well, if you want my title, you're gonna have to take it. And it's like he released an aura. Had cheese, so he released an aura as if he was ready to fight, and I released my aura like on some hockey shit, on some One Piece shit ish. But niggas released the killing intent, and as soon as as soon as he felt my aura, he backed down, and everybody around me was like, "But the nigga, he still got." The way they use the word Jesus too is it was almost synonymous with like Khan. You get what I mean? Like if you want to be Khan, then you're gonna have to kill me and take the title. But after that, I woke up and then I got on live and et cetera, et cetera. But like, yeah, like I've been having some of those dreams where like I've been tapping into the akasha of like it feels like ancestors that were running around fighting certain things or whatever, doing certain things. So, but go ahead, knowledge.